Welcome to my FPL channel. Today we will have another short video on the targeted teams and players for the long-waiting Game Week 30. Before we start, a quick recap on the last video where we discussed about the targeted teams from Game Week 30. These are the 4 teams to target: Manchester City, Crystal Palace, Newcastle United, and Bournemouth. These teams have good fixtures and are likely to double in Game Week 33, especially Crystal Palace with a potential double-double game week in 32 and 33. Both Newcastle and Crystal Palace have a confirmed double game week in 32, hence their assets remain the priority transfer. We have 5 players to look at from each team. In defense options, we have Nick Pope, who is back as the number 2 in goal till the end of the season. We are expecting a handful of saves bonus and clean sheet in the next couple of games. With Lewis Hall out of the season, Livramento has filled in the left-back position. He is unlikely to replicate the threat and points Hall has, but the surging and overlapping runs down the left flank will provide some hopes for attacking returns. In midfield, 5 goals and 8 assists this season has shown what you can get from Murphy on the right flank this season. At 5.0 million, he is a cheap enabler for those who are looking to fund for Haaland. We are expecting his minutes to be safe with the injuries crisis the club is having. Gordon will be our preferred choice if you have fund and can afford to leave him out for Game Week 30 as he is still currently suspended. He is the 90-minute man in most games and is on set-piece duties. No further introduction in the attack. Isak has been in sensational form this season with 19 goals and 5 assists. No-brainer to bring in one of the best strikers in the FPL game. Another team with a double Game Week 32. The defense for Crystal Palace has been in good form with 4 clean sheets in the last 7 games. Dean Henderson presents a cheap budget option in the goalkeeper selection, while in Munoz, you have one of the best attacking defender in the game with 3 goals and 5 assists this season. In midfield, you have the talisman and set-piece taker in Eze. He is fit now with 90 minutes in the last 2 games and has been taking plenty of shots in the game. 26 points in the last 2 games for Ismail Assar has shown his popularity over Eze, but he is a streaky player and has only 1 return in 9 games prior to the 2 hauls. In attack, we have a very popular asset if fit. Mateta is on a red-hot form before the injury against Millwall. The striker seems to be recovering well and is likely to be back for Game Week 30. Keep a lookout in the FA Cup game. Despite winless for the last 4 games, we are confident of a bounce back from Bournemouth with Ipswich and West Ham United up next. An XGC of 0.83 in the last game suggested that they were unlucky to concede 2 goals in the last game. Kepa remains a cheap and decent option in the goalkeeping slot. 3 assists in a row in the last 3 games for Kirkes continued to demonstrate his attacking potential and justification on his selection. In midfield, Justin Kluivert has been their standout player in the recent months. The upside is high with his set-piece duties, including penalty kick. His minutes remain doubtful, though. Speaking of minutes, you have one in Semenyo. The 90 minutes guy has been taking a lot of shots as always, but has blanked for 6 games in a row. He's also on 9 yellow cards, which means a suspension of 2 games if he receives another yellow card. Even Nilsson has been putting on a good show ever since his return from the injury. However, we are unsure about his goal contributions due to his style of play. While we have yet to witness the best side of Manchester City, they have recently shown improvement in both attacks and defenses. The defense has tightened a little with the new signings, though last game reminds us there is still vulnerability at the back. Vardiel remains the best option for the Man City defensive asset, but he has not been taking shots in the last 4 game weeks. Kuzanov is an alternative if you do not have enough fun for Vardiel. On a poor form recently, the minutes might not be as secured as before. But we still want to take a punt on Phil Foden. He is an explosive asset and can have massive attacking return anytime. Another punt on another Man City midfielder. Savinho has the potential to reward his owners with attacking returns from both left and right flanks. He has been starting the 6 games, though his minutes remain a risk. A great return with 12 points from Marmish the last game. He is in a threatening position, but it remains to be seen if he is a regular starter. He is half the price of Haaland and is on some set-piece duties. The most expensive player in the game. Is it still worth to bring him in? His underlying data has been good in the recent games, and he has been getting a lot of chances in the games. 7 returns in the last 7 games proved his consistency and will prompt many managers to consider bringing him in again. The fixture against Leicester is just too good to be ignored. That's it for the short video on the thoughts for Game Week 30. Do comment below for any questions. I will do my best to answer. Happy to connect with everyone. Do like and subscribe to my channel.